As you are all well aware, we are in the midst of a global health crisis. Essentially, the scientists are saying stay home to save lives. It's pretty simple when you think about it. Some statistics about this global health crisis. Specifically in the United States, we're at 760,000 confirmed cases, which is about as much as the next 5 highest countries combined. Wow, that's a lot. 40,000 deaths have resulted from this virus, which is the highest in the world, and there's no end in sight. All we need to do is follow the guidelines of the scientists, i.e. stay home and practice social distancing, and this whole pandemic would end a lot sooner than it would if we weren't. So there has been a growing faction of the United States, which predominantly seems to be Trump supporters, that feel as though these guidelines are infringing on their civil liberties, on their freedoms. I'm not entirely sure where they got this idea from, but this growing faction of people in the United States are now leading protests against the social distancing and quarantining guidelines. Here's a video from one of the Liberate Minnesota protests, and also a protest that occurred in Florida, essentially protesting saving lives is what it boils down to. Take a look at these clips. So as you could see in that video there is no shortage of Trump 2020 flags, and there's also a truck there, the Trump train truck to be precise, decked out in Trump swag. No one in that video had a Sanders flag, no one in that video had a Biden flag. It's pretty clear that these are all Trump supporters, and we know where they're getting their messages from Donald Trump. This guy is dangerous, and not only for endangering the lives of the people in those protests, but these idiots are also endangering the lives of everyone that they come into contact with. That's why this is so dangerous. Because they're not only harming themselves, but everyone else. I'm not going to be surprised if there's a spike in cases pretty soon after these protests, and there are more scheduled. The fact of the matter is these people's civil liberties are not being trampled on. Just stay home and save lives. A militia is not going to show up to your house and enforce that you do this, but you'd think in a civilized society where the risks are clear, people would willingly just stay home. Just stay home or people die. That's what it boils down to. And these are the same exact people that scream pro-life 1 minute, scream all lives matter 1 minute, but the second, an action doesn't align with their philosophy, they just flip it. They say, I'm going to go out. I don't care. It's my civil liberties. It's my freedom. They're going to get people killed. What happened to being pro-life? What happened to all lives matter? Oh, as soon as it's something that impacts them, that all goes out the window. These people are dangerous. And as long as Trump is in office, as long as you have someone that doesn't believe in science in office, this will keep continuing. This will keep continuing. People that just defy all intelligence are going to keep having these rallies. They're going to keep endangering other people's lives, and people will most certainly die because of this. We got to get Trump out of here. We got to get Trump out of here. This is the most dangerous and the worst president in the history of America. We got to get him out. Leave a comment regarding your thoughts of these protests going on nationwide, and subscribe to join the political revolution against mainstream media. We want this to be the start of a grassroots, people-powered movement. No more middle ground, no more mainstream, no more corporate media. Independent progressive media is the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.